everybody. This is a Bluegrass Spinner podcast. My name is Christy, also known as Crowneck Girl on Revelry, YouTube, and Instagram. It has been a few weeks since I last podcasted, which if you watch my previous episode, you know all about why, because I was in San Diego for the past 2 weeks, and I unfortunately didn't have a chance to podcast before I left. I really wanted to. I only just completely ran out of time. I do have a lot to show you guys today. Oh my goodness. I have stash enhancements, I have works in progress, and I do have some FOs. So, I'm going to just jump right in. A little bit about what's been going on with me recently. Of course, I was in San Diego. Had a lot of fun. Got to see some family and do fun things. We went to Legoland and the beach. I went to my cousin's wedding reception. She got married a year ago. Her wedding was a year ago for certain reasons, but she waited for her reception for this year. So we went to that. Got to go to something that's called Downtown Disney, which is like a row of shops leading up to the entrance of Disneyland, and it's a lot of fun. And at the very end, there's a big Disney store that I love going into. And it was just a fun little outing doing that. We took my daughter down to see the seals at La Jolla Cove, which she absolutely loved, and of course all of them were Andre. If you've never seen Andre, the movie, or know about it, it's about a family that basically adopts this orphan seal pup, and they raise it, and even after letting the seal go, the seal keeps coming back. And it's just a really cute little story. And the seal's name is Andre. So she thinks every seal is Andre. It's really cute. But besides that, it was just a good time. We only just arrived back in Kentucky last night, so if this podcast seems a little off, I'm very sorry. I'm telling you that right now. But I did want to get this out now rather than later, because I know that if I got it out later, it probably wouldn't happen. So, just to jump right in, I guess I'm going to start with stash enhancements, because I think that's what I have the most of. I did receive some stuff over while we were out. The first one was my Into the World Club fiber. It's deluxe. It's May 2015. The colorway is Great Minds, and it's on merino and silk. And this is my last club shipment for now. I will join again at some point. I'm getting too much, and I need to skim down a little bit before I start building up again. And if there's a colorway that I absolutely like, oh my god, I have to have that, I can usually find it on D-Stash. Somebody's always D-Stashing. So I'm not too heartbroken. So I did cancel the Into the World, and I canceled the Three Waters Farm, but the Into the World, I canceled 1 day after they had already billed me. So this is my last shipment. So I did get that, and it's a very pretty color. It's like green, a deep great purple, I guess, and then a brown, and it's really pretty. I'm actually looking forward to spinning that one, and I really like their merino silk blend. runs like butter through my hands. I did get more fiber. Oh my goodness. This was on a D-stash. It's the Nest Fiber Club. It's their May 2015 colorway Agaricus, and it's on BFL, and you all know how much I love BFL. I'm trying to make sure it's, there we go. And it's really pretty, like teals and orange coppers. It's really pretty. I saw it and I was like, ooh, that one's really nice. And somebody was de-stashing it and I swiped it. So I did get that as well. I'm going to try to like put these off to the side as I pull them out. And then for some yarn that I got, I actually purchased this one in San Diego. I went to a couple of yarn shops and I purchased this one. It's a Malabrigo. It's their sock base, which is 100% superwash merino. And it's the 121 Mart colorway. It's their fingering weight. It's 440 yards, which I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know. I don't know yet. But, I mean, look at those colors. And that's pretty accurate to what is true. Right down here, anyway. Not up here so much, that's really bright, but down in here, that's pretty true of what it is. I saw this when I walked into the store. My eyes immediately saw it, and I was like, I'm going to look around a little bit, because it is Malabrigo. I can get it any time, right? And I was really more looking for something that was unique to that area, kind of. But I didn't really see anything, which was kind of disappointing. They had a lot of just Malabrigo and Mandolin Tosh and Noro and, you know, brands that you see everywhere. And you have fairly easy access to. And I was actually going to walk out without buying anything, and then I was just like, you know what, it caught my eye again. It was almost like teasing me. And I was like, I gotta get it. So, I got this. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know if I'm going to mix this with a solid and do some kind of like striped shawl, or if I'm going to do a cowl or a hat or mitts, or it's definitely not going to be socks. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I had to get it. Then, y'all are going to love this. I got some wool mice. I'm not going to pronounce the colorway because it's not even possible for me to. It is the twin base, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And I'll just show you the colorway. That's the colorway. Try. If you all can read that, that's it. Okay. And it's really pretty purples and grays. It's really, really pretty. This will not be socks, even though it's a sock yarn. It will not be socks. I don't know what it's going to be yet. But, yeah, I don't know. It's 510 yards. It's 150 gram skein, which is awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. I saw on D-Stash, and I was like, and it was only about 30 minutes after the D-Stash went up, and I was like, mine! So, I did get that as well. And that's all the stash enhancements I can show you right now, because one of them is actually a work in progress. Sorry, just trying to think of what to do next. Like I said, my mind is just kind of mush right now still a little bit. I do have lots of works in progress, and I have FOs. So the first work in progress. I guess I'll start with this one because it's also a stash enhancement, so it'll be kind of a good way to start in on it. I have, while I was out there, you know, I didn't take along as much knitting as I wanted, as I was originally thinking, because my aunt was like, oh, you won't have as much knitting time as you're thinking. You really won't. And I was like, okay, so I'll cut back on my knitting that I have. Well, lo and behold, I did have as much knitting time as I thought I would. And I'll show you what I mean. If I can find the tag, which, oh my goodness. My tag has seemed to, there it is. This I purchased because I needed something else to knit on that was pretty mindless and everything, just for quick knitting. I purchased Cascade Yarns Heritage Prints. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And the colorway, they just list number 13, but if you get onto Ravelry and put in the yarn, there's actually a colorway name, and it's called Nightfall. And I'm making these for my husband. He picked out the color. I told him, I said, I want to make you a pair of socks. Pick out color that you like. There were like 5 different colorways. And so he picked this one out. This is what this looks like. It's blue and then like a speckled blue. And this is how it is knitting up. I cast on 72 stitches. And I'm just doing a plain old vanilla sock. Just knit, 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 and knit. But it is a hoe. I have one completed sock. No, I have not weaved in the ends yet because I didn't have a darning needle with me. But it is a hoe. And I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I'm really liking that heel. I don't have it memorized yet by any means, but it is fairly simple once I look at the pattern and remember, oh, okay, that's how you do it. I'm pretty well set for the rest of the heel. So that is that. So I'm almost to the point where I'm gonna start doing the heel. I have a few more rounds, but it's going well. I needed the mindless knitting. I purchased and started and knitted all this while I was out there. That's how much knitting time I had. And you'll see more that I did as well. So, that's stash enhancement, hoe, and work in progress. I'm rather impressed with myself on that. Also, a work in progress is, I don't have the label, I don't know what happened to it, but this is Fiber Nymph Dye Works yarn on the Mega Base, which is a bulky, on 100% merino. Make sure I don't lose these stitches, sorry. Here it is, and the colorway is Flamingo. It's a semi-solid. She doesn't do solids, which I kind of like. She does semi-solids, so you have, you know, some areas are lighter than others, which is really nice. And I only just cast this on, but I'm doing a hat. She's doing a knitting, I mean, I don't have much, I just have this. I only just started it because I don't like this pattern. It's not like badly written or anything like that. It's me. 100% me. So don't get me wrong. The designer, she did a good job making it up. It's a very cute pattern. I just don't like cables. And it has cables. I did enjoy making it before, but I promised my daughter I would get her this hat. And so I'm doing it again. It is the Chouette, Chouette. It's the owl hat that you saw me complete previously that I said was totally too small for her. Well, I've put it on a little bit larger needles, and I'm doing the child size. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I'm not knitting it again. I will just donate this one, I guess, or just hold on to it till I have somebody to give it to as a gift. And I will make my daughter another hat. And the pattern is by Ekaterina Blankard. I know I probably just totally butchered that name, but if you like cables, it's a nice pattern. Or if you want one, if you're new to cables, it's a nice pattern. It's well written, it's charted with also written directions. So if you like charts, you have that. If you like written directions, you have that. There are no mistakes. It's a wonderful pattern, very detailed, you know, step by step. I just don't like cables. And probably after I complete this, I'll probably not do them again. I don't like them. What it is that they get, it's hard for me to work those stitches. They get so tight that I'm just like trying to fight them so much that it's just, I don't like them. But so it's not against the pattern of why I say I don't like the pattern. It's me, not the pattern. Okay. But and it also, I say it's good for if you're new to cables, because the cable is very simple. And it has step-by-step directions of how to do the cable. So if you have no idea how to do it, it tells you what to do, which is nice. And so there's that. I cast that on while I was out there. I'm hoping to finish it this month because I want to enter it into 90% Knitting's knit-along that she's having, and she's having a alphabet knit-along where the month of June is letters A through F, and the pattern, the dyer, the pattern, the name of the yarn, and the colorway all fall under that A through F. So, and I can't quite remember the rules, but I'll at least get 2, possibly 3 points. It's a point system on that one pattern. So I just need to make myself just sit down and do it. It's a quick knit. I just can't sit down and make myself do it. But I just gotta get done, and then I'll be much happier. So there is that. Then another work in progress that I have, I'm just trying to think. I'm telling you guys, I've had so much recently, I'm like, oh my gosh. Another project that I took with me is my Christmas socks. Now you all know that I've talked about these many times. You know the colorway, you know the dyer, and all that. So I'm not going to go over all that again. But I have a hoe. I finished one heel. I would have both heels done, but I couldn't sit down and concentrate on picking up all those stitches to complete the second heel. So the second one still needs to be done. I'm hoping that'll get done this week. In fact, I want to try to get it done today if I can. But I do have a hoe, and it is a whip because I have knit stitches. So there's that one. Those will be an FO next episode. I promise that. Then I'm gonna put that back in here. I have see, I got a lot. I have my vacation pie shawl. And that, again, you guys know all the information. If you need it again, you can always go into my projects page. It's all there. But I have knitted quite a bit on it. I've had to go up needle sizes, and I need to go up again. It's turning out really well. I cannot wait to get this done. It's going to be lovely. It's not going to be particularly a warm shawl, but I think it would be nice for just, you know, maybe go to church to, or an event or something like that, where I just need something light, just to kind of cover a little bit, just to take off a little bit of the chill. And it's turning out wonderfully. I've doubled the stitches since the last time you saw it, and I've started on the lace section. So I've done one lace repeat, and it's not to a point where you can see right now. So I'm not going to bother trying to open it up to show you, but I have knitted all that. My goal was to finish this for Stash Dash, but now that I think about it, I'm probably not going to finish, because the lace part is probably going to take me a little bit of time until I really get used to it. Because it's a really simple lace pattern. I just for some reason keep fudging it up. So there is that, and I knitted quite a bit on that. I've probably knit about 70 rows or so of this. I really went to town on it, because my goal was to reach the lace repeat, which was the halfway mark, by the time I left for San Diego, which I did. In fact, I got one lace repeat completed. I would have loved to have taken it with me, but the way how I have it set up, because see, I have the yarn sitting on this spindle, or not spindle, bobbin. I knew it wouldn't work very well. It's not a travel item by any means. It sits here on my desk, and that's where I work on it. So when I'm watching podcasts, if you know that I watch yours, you can pretty much guarantee this is what I'm working on while I'm watching your podcast. Because it's a perfect project for that. As long as your podcast is one that I can kind of more listen to than watch. If I have to like really watch your podcast, I'm knitting on something else. But that's usually not the case. So I have worked a whole bunch on that. And then, spinning wise, you saw this on my last episode. I finished one bobbin, which is half of. I have another 4 ounces. I'm working on the second 4 ounces, the second 2 ounces of this. It's going to be a 2-ply lace. But I'll show you what fiber it is. It's by Lisa Souza. It is the Augustine colorway. And it's 50% Bombyx silk and 50% fine merino. So that's what I'm spinning right now on my Kromsky wheel. On my Ashford wheel, I've taken off the jumbo flyer and put on my regular flyer because of this project. This one is taking so much time that I need a little bit of a break in between as I'm working on it. And so, because I don't like to switch my bobbins around in the middle of me working on one, I'm using my standard flyer on my Kromsky or on my Ashford right now, just so that I can be working on something else at the same time and not get discouraged. But I really want to finish this sooner rather than later. And I'm hoping I'm hoping that I will be able to finish it for Tour de Fleece in July. That's my goal. And it would be great yardage to add to Stash Dash, because I'm going for the 5K. Last year I was just shy of reaching that, and I want to reach it this time, and I'm really working on keeping on track for that. So, and this will help definitely. I'm already at about 2,000 yards, which is a wonderful start, and that was before I left for vacation. And obviously now I have more. So I'm right on track for getting that 5K, and I want to keep it that way. That is all of my works in progress. Yeah. Now, I do have an FO. You saw these on my last podcast, but I finished my socks. I finished them while I was out there. Fish Lips Kiss Heels, the little ribbing right underneath the arch. For me, I love that. Not sure if, you know, too many people would, but for me, oh my gosh, it's a wonderful thing to have in my socks. So, probably future socks, I'll probably be doing it quite a bit. The pattern is called the Twisted Breeze Socks, and it's by Leah Oakley. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. She has some paid patterns, but this one was a free one. And it's a nice, quick, mindless knit. And with just enough interest with the purl stitches, that just keeps it just interesting enough. But at the same time, I can be sitting there with a group of people and still be able to knit without worrying about what I'm doing. And they fit wonderfully. I'm not going to put them on right now. But I do have this FO, which I'm really proud of. Again, I haven't weaved in the ends yet, just because I didn't have a way to do it. But that's going to be my job today. Finishing the heel on my Christmas socks and weaving in ends. That's my project for the day. I'm not going to allow myself to work on anything else until I finish that. So then I'll be much happier when it's done. And I have not included the yardage yet for Stash Dash, but I'm thinking that the Twisted Breeze socks will probably be about 350 yards. But we'll see. I haven't had a chance to weigh it yet. So, that is... Oh my goodness. This could go faster than I thought. I know I'm probably rushing a little bit too, which if I'm going a little too fast, I'm very sorry. Next thing on the list, I want to talk to you about our first craft-along that is going to be starting in July. I'm calling it a craft-along because weaving, spinning, knitting, and crocheting can all be applied towards this. I'm not including sewing. And I thought it would be fun to do a Christmas in July craft-along. Basically what this is, you don't have to be knitting something of, you know, Santa Claus and reindeers and stuff. You don't have to be knitting something Christmas themed. If you want, you can. It's perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me. But what I thought would be nice is if any of you guys are like me, you're a little bit slower at, you know, your knitting and stuff sometimes, and also you don't really like deadlines. So, but this one will have a deadline, but I thought it would be nice, why not get a jump start on our Christmas crafting. If you're planning on knitting something or whatever, if you're planning on making something for somebody else for Christmas, why not start it now? Then, hey, when it comes to Christmas time, when you're worrying about Christmas present shopping, and you're cooking and visiting family and friends, and decorating, and you know, everything that goes on with the holidays, why not try to relieve some of that stress and try to finish a project or two now. And so the rules are going to be that you can include projects that are already being worked on now. That's fine. It includes whips and new cast-ons. Doesn't bother me. The only rule that there will be is that it must be completed by midnight Eastern Standard Time, because that's my time clock. July 31st. It must be completed. It doesn't have to be blocked. I'm not going to be that picky, but it needs to be off your needles, off your hook, off your bobbin, off your warp. Okay? It needs to be off. And I will give you till sometime on August 1st, I will close down the thread. That should give you enough time to take a quick snapshot. You know, you can get prettier photos later or whatever. But that will give you enough time to finish up your last few stitches or whatever and get it posted up and get a photo. So that'll be the only real strict rule. And also, sorry about that, my 3-year-old came knocking on my door. And since she's up, I'm going to have to try to hurry this along a little bit. So, that's the main rule. Must be completed by midnight, July 31st, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm thinking to make it easiest for me personally, is that you're going to be allowed one FO thread. Doesn't matter how many FOs you do, you will just edit your FO thread and post it, and put it in that same one. Whether you have one project, 5, 10, it doesn't matter. Because I'm only going to be counting that one thread. Or, that one, not thread, that one post, okay? And then we'll have chatter as well as your FO posts in the same thread. What I will do, when I close it and I go to draw, I will go through and find all the FO posts and number 1, 2, 3, 4, and however many that there will be. And then on my following podcast episode, I will do a live draw on Random Number Generator of those FO posts, and your number will be, the number that gets drawn will be however ordered I find them in the thread, if that makes any sense. For me, that's going to be easier than trying to manage 2 threads. And also, I kind of like to be able to, you know, if somebody says, oh, that's a beautiful shawl, or whatever, or what kind of colorway is that, or whatever. You know, I like to have them together, not in 2 separate places. too confusing for me. I just don't like it. So I'm going to do it that way. And I think, and if this works, then I'll probably do it this way throughout all the rest of my, all future, craft-alongs that I have. And the reason why I'm including spinning is because some of us may know people who weave or who knit or crochet. And if we spin and they don't spin, or if they do, it doesn't really matter, you know, they may want to be able to use some hand spun. So that's why I'm including spinning as well into this, is because, you know, we can give spinning to other people as gifts for them to make something that they might like out of it. Like I've done that for my aunt. She's gotten the fiber and she's like, hey, can you spin this for me? But you know what? So I'm sure there's other people who have the same type of situation. They want to use hand spun, but they don't necessarily spin. So that's why spinning is included, and that's how you can incorporate the spinning into this this craft-along. The only stickler is, you know, this will be based on an honor system. I'm trusting that you guys are going to be honest, that you're making this stuff for somebody else for Christmas. You know, I obviously have no way of checking that or knowing that, but, you know, I trust that the community, the knitting community and everything else is honest enough in that. And there will be a prize. I'm not 100% sure what that prize will be. I'm thinking of either offering a, I'm thinking of offering one prize, but giving you a choice of either yarn or fiber, spinning fiber. I'm thinking of doing that. If you're a spinner, hey, you might want fiber over yarn. I don't know. So that's how I'm going to work that. Also, in order to join in on this craft-along, you must be a member of the Ravelry group. So, if you haven't joined yet, go and join, and then you can join in along with us. So I will get that thread up on July 1st. It'll be shut down at some time August 1st. Your projects must be completed by July 31st, midnight Eastern Standard Time. And you must be a member of the Ravelry group. That's basically the only rules that there are. It's pretty simple. And one post for your FOs. Just go back in and edit that one post. And also for this, you can double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip, I don't care, into other knit-alongs and everything else. It does not bother me. I don't care. So, yeah, we'll be starting our first craft-along fairly soon, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully this will go well. And this could be my first one, so there might be a few little things to work out, but I think it'll run pretty smoothly. And I hope you all have fun with it as well. And for anybody who's a slower knitter like I am, it's a good way to get some of it taken care of while, you know, time is just a little bit slower typically in the summer too, I've noticed. You know, you don't have school if you're still in school, and you know, usually on vacations, which a lot of people are taking right now, you typically have some knitting time or whatever, especially if you're, you know, driving there or flying there. You know, you have all that wait time. You know, there's just simple stuff. So that is about all that I have to talk to you about today. Finally, I don't have that tutorial today. I'm still recuperating from the travel time yesterday and the whole vacation in itself. I don't have the mindset to go through and edit all of that, because there is editing and everything else. And this I'm just going to be throwing up. So I'm going to save it and put it off till my next episode, which I'm thinking I'm going to record next week. I'm not going to wait an entire 2 weeks for another episode, because I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot next time as well. Plus, I do want to get that tutorial out, especially since somebody specifically asked for this tutorial. I want to get it out. Just gotta wait one more week, and it'll be it. So, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and happy spinning knitting. Bye, guys.